Shocking return for the Fowlers. Is it Martin? It's not Martin. It is Vicky Fowler with her son and a 40-year-old man. And I'm
Her
excited.
husband.
Her husband. Sorry, her husband.
Oh no, boyfriend. Excuse me.
Boyfriend.
Me. They're not married.
They're not married. Now this might be, since we got out with the old, time to bring in the new one. This is either last idea from Short Stink Crenshaw or Mr. Long-term Ben Wadey. I'm still workshopping that one.
I mean, yeah, we'll have to figure out exactly how. You can imagine Chris Crenshaw in his final moments, like, guys, I just need to do one more thing. We need a new family. It's like, Chris, you already had your one family. Pipe down, sunshine.
But they had two.
You usually get about one proper family apiece. No, you don't. You usually get more than that, but regardless. But, Vicky to come back. Obviously, if you don't know who Vicky is the daughter of Michelle and Den Watts. How did Den get the nickname Dirty? Because he was sleeping with his daughter's 16-year-old best friend. You know what I mean? And she played a part back in the day. She was introduced to be a part of the weird extended Watts family of Sharon, Vicky, and Dennis. The very strange, weird little family, but still. Anna Fowler, she was the one who came back with the really dodgy American accent, and that got dropped faster than something that runs fast. It fell over faster than the beam, straight on Martin Fowler's bonce. But yeah, I mean, like I said, she's not been seen since 2004. And, what is the context? Why is she returning? Do you want to read the article?
Well, the context is Martin's dead. But I'll read the article now. EastEnders has announced a shock return for Vicky Fowler, with the character being recast.
Of course it's recast. Look at her.
I didn't know. Honestly, I was like, I just woke up, mate. Being recast after over 20 years away.
Not even the worst thing you got confused, but we'll get into that later. Also, people may complain about a recast, but let's be honest, it's been 20 years. Vicky Fowler in her original form wasn't exactly a great character. She was okay. She got dumped off pretty quickly. Did she and Spencer Moon leave together? I'm getting the vibe. I'm getting the vibe. And also, fundamentally, the previous actress only played her for a year. Yeah. How did she leave originally? Yeah, she eventually moved to Australia and reunited with everybody's favorite Spencer Moon.
Or bring back Spencer. This Terry being done over.
Nah, he's out. Yeah, he's in the past now. See ya, Spencer.
Yeah. Vicky, who's last seen on screen in 2004, will return to Albert Square to attend the funeral of her uncle Martin after he tragically passed away following the dramatic explosion at the Fig. Vicky, who will now be played by Alice Hagg, will arrive in Walford with her boyfriend Ross, Alex Walkinshaw. Jesus, who came up with these last names? With their son, with their
Walkinshaw. Sorry, just a funny name. It just goes different ways than you expect it to. It's like, all right, Alex Wilkinson, Alex Walkinshaw. All right.
At least the son Joe, the actor's name, is an all right name, because it's Max Murray or Murray. Yeah.
Murray.
That's how the Americans pronounce it. Murray.
Not French.
No, I'm thinking of when bloody Joker did it in the Joker movie. With the three,
I don't know, mate.
With the trio raising eyebrows in the square. Ross Kemp's gonna really raise his eyebrows following Vicky's long absence. There's a lovely photo of Vicky Fowler. Vicky was previously said to be living in Australia with Spencer Moon, but the existence of a new family comes as a shock to Sharon and Alfie. Despite their debuts, Vicky's hell-bent on making it work with doubts. Vicky's hell-bent on making it work with Ross. The family keen to integrate themselves in East London.
Ingratiate.
Themselves in London. I'm so excited, said Hag. I have always watched the show, and I was born in February 1985, so I'm the same age as EastEnders. It's cool. Like
Martin already had that. All right. Bucko. He wasn't born February 85, but still.
It's so cool to be playing a character like Vicky. We think we know her, and a lot has changed. Can't wait for all of Albert Square drama ahead. I'm really...
Who thinks that? Who knows Vicky Fowler? She was there. I know, like, I'm pretty sure. I think she roughly grew up on the show a little bit. She obviously left when Michelle left. No, and then she left and joined back in 2003. We don't know Vicky at all. We know nothing about the character, nothing about her in her current form. She's aged what? She's not been on the show since 2004. So I can't lie. Don't really think. I think Vicky Fowler will be a complete blank slate, and they're going to do whatever they want with the character. Like, I don't. You know, when you have a very established character, so it's like, okay, here is Ross Kemp. He is stoic. He looks strong. It's Grant. Here he is playing Grant. You could do whatever you want with Vicky, honestly. Like, the groundwork hasn't really been laid.
Yeah. I'm really excited as I've had so many friends and EastEnders throughout the years. And I always hear lovely things about it. Adam Walkinshaw, who has previously appeared in Casualty in Holby City. Shows a top draw drama, and I can't wait to get stuck in. Ross is a decent, hard-working family man. He always puts his family first, and he's very in love with Vicky. It's not always plain sailing. Here's the son, here's the boyfriend. There you go.
Yeah, so whilst we were setting up to record this, because, just as we were all settling down for the evening, Piggy tells me that there's news, like, all right. And then whilst we're talking about the news, he says that he thought the tall guy with flowing, luscious hair and great skin was the boyfriend. And the bald fucker who looks about 45 to 50 at minimum was the son. Which is to be fair, when I first saw the image, I roughly squinted. I'm like, fucking hell, who's granddad over here? Because if you don't look too deeply, you should looks great for her age, apparently. So we've all done it. And let's say, if she was with Spencer all this time, how comes there's a son who looks about 17? You know what I mean? Like, if her and Spencer have been together in Australia, I think running a bar or something, how come there's a bloody full-grown teenage son that probably is theirs? Maybe it's a different son. Maybe her and Spencer did have a kid, but is there trouble? Is there trouble in the inn? Is there more than what meets the eye? Obviously, the answer is yes. Yes, of course, there's more than what meets the
eye. Moray, who will make his acting debut on the subject of his role, it's an absolute privilege and honour to be joining such a wonderful production full of lovely casting crew. I'm really looking forward to introducing Joel to EastEnders viewers and telling his story. The part and executive producer Chris Glenshaw also shared a statement saying, "We're delighted to have the very talented Alex and Max with us. Vicky's back under the most tragic of circumstances, representing her distraught mom, Michelle." I love how she's being represented, like she's a bloody, like...
Hello, this is my legal counsel. It is Vicky, my daughter. Vicky will be representing the interests of Michelle Fowler in this current case, and she will be the executor of the will. Thank you very much. And Michelle, it appears you've been given the fruit and vegetable. Ah, lovely.
Joel.
Great.
Joel,
Still not coming back. Still not coming back. I mean, we were saying it before. If there were any time, you've already missed out a lot of stuff. Michelle missed out. She missed out Arthur's... Well, she didn't miss out Arthur's death. I'm pretty sure Arthur died while she was still on the show. But she missed out Pauline's death. She missed out Mark's death. And she's now going to miss out Martin's death, which we can firmly put it all behind us. If there was any producer who was really, really good at trying to get people who probably may have been slightly disenfranchised with the show, never wanting to really return, managed to get a good little week out of them. Clearly couldn't get Susan Tully, who doesn't want to return, and perhaps even if she were to return, it would have been a really short, like, you're here for the funeral, here's 2 weeks of screen time, and then you're off. But It apparently wasn't in the cards. But I mean, yes, the setup is for them to return for the funeral, but they've also said they are keen to ingratiate themselves in East London. Do we think it will be a? Is this a long-term thing? Is this a short-term thing? What do you reckon?
See, I don't really know because because I don't want to be a Debbie Downer because obviously this is like because I predicted that Michelle was going to return, but I didn't. So I don't want to like use my like crappy opinion. Like I'm angry at the producer now, but like I just it. We don't know Vicky Fowler. Like she's an obscure character from the 2000s, if that makes sense. Because you can literally write that she's a war criminal or something. Like you know what I mean? You can bloody say she did.
It's a blank slate. It is a blank slate completely.
Like you could say she did Arabic, not Arabic. I was trying to say the aerobics. There we go, aerobics in like France. And then it's like
you know where that was going.
And then, you know what I mean?
Yeah, blank slate.
So yeah, but like, where's Spencer? Come on. I'm gonna be that guy now. Like Terry was cut from Bianca's return. Spencer's being robbed from Vicky's return. But I do like how they put representing her distraught mom, Michelle. Like Michelle's gonna like phone in and give her opinions for her to say at the funeral.
Yes.
At least now we know that Michelle is never returning. Even
pretty much. It is the seal on the. It's the safety deposit box. Like you dug in the garden 40 years ago. It's like, oh, maybe this year we'll dig it up, and it's just like, no, there's too many memories there. It's just not worth it. It's just not doing it. Says this new branch of the Fowler family making waves in Walford. I mean, if there's any time to reintroduce the Fowlers, it is as basically the last bastion of hope for the Fowlers. Martin, the only surviving one who's now dead. Maybe, probably. It's one of those interesting things where in soap, typically, if you want a character to be long term, you either have them start as a part of a big family, or once they're by themselves, you bring a family back in to build around them, right? Like Linda finally alone after all the Carters are gone, the Mick's gone. Oh, who's back? Elaine and the Knights, her new family. Like that's how you artificially lengthen people's times on the show, and they were never really intent on doing that with Martin because Martin made his own family. He had a lot of people he had been with in his life, like multiple wives, multiple children. So, yeah, it's kind of interesting. And it was always going to be a big thing as you are taking out a Fowler, that does leave waves because, like we said, the Fowlers are synonymous with Albert Square. The Fowlers are one of the most prolific families in the history. Anytime you look at the big, like, anytime you want to look to the past, you usually just do something about the Fowlers. Like, they are core to EastEnders and core to where it started with their, like, kind of united family with the Beales. So it's, I am glad that they're not just kind of killing off the entire family. And because it is basically a blank slate, probably going to be a pretty interesting introduction. I'm excited for it, honestly. Nothing to really get upset about. The kid has some pretty stupid curtains hair, I'll be honest.
He has the Ricky bitches.
He does have the old Ricky hair. But I mean, not really much you can take from it. What, Ross? Is it Ross? Yeah, Ross the boyfriend looks like a standard bloke, really. There's nothing distinguishable about him. He looks like a generic British middle-aged man. Maybe he's Australian. No way, he's Australian.
Do you know what he looks like, Ash? He looks like that. He looks like that one lad in the pub that has very strong political views on how England should be. That's what he looks like.
Is he played by Alex Walkinshaw? Does he have any real British actor? Yeah, no chance. What's he done? He played Jez Diamond in Waterloo Road. Who is Jez Diamond? And this is the dying days of Waterloo Road. Bloody hell! Did he had hair back then? Bloody hell! I don't know why that's the biggest revelation. Go on, show me his face. Where is he? Come on. Where is he? Show me the PE teacher. For bloody hell, he had hair back then. What else has he done? He was on Casualty for 2 to 3 years. He was in Holby City for bloody hell. Yeah, I was in Holby City from 2014 to 2022. So all in all, pretty tenured actor in terms of soap. It's a pretty big deal to have. If you last more than 4 years in a soap, you've established yourself in for the long haul. He was also on The Bill back in the day as well, back when that show was relevant. So yeah, at the end of the day, seasoned actor. Can't say I have any recollection of what he does. Apparently, he says he has previously admitted he would be keen to appear in the soap EastEnders. Well, he's done it now, hasn't he? He's absolutely nailed that one. He's 50, apparently.
Bit old for Vicky then.
Look, age gaps are a thing in most relationships.
Yeah.
And just look at Den Watson and Michelle.
But just to end this video off while the camera's still on you, are you still hoping for a Beck's return?
I mean, I would like to say so. It would be quite a miss if you didn't get Bex back for Martin's funeral. Like, it would feel quite. It'd just feel really off if she wasn't there. But you could kind of understand if they didn't, but it would be quite sad. But it's not like Jasmine Armfield's been doing much, let's be honest. She's not really been, seemingly not been up to much since she left. You could easily get her back for a week. That's what I say. We don't need these big, long-winded, 2-year-long returns. If you don't have plans for the character, just have them show up for a week and then have some big revelations, have a little update to what she's doing with her life. Is she with anyone? Has she moved on? Is she still living in the past? Still hoping that Shaki's going to come back. Because ultimately that's what they made the character in the end. Bloody hell, you're like your brother, Kush. I love you. What the? What? That's weird, man. But final point being, it would be kind of wrong if she didn't appear for her dad's death. At the end of the day, if she's not at the funeral, it's not going to be as interesting. But maybe they'll just go, Bex is still travelling. Isn't that right? Me. Yes, Sonia, she's still travelling. Way. But I honestly, they couldn't get Michelle back. Can they get Bex? I don't know.
Well, that's a giant leap of step. That's like going from step 1 at the top of the stairs to the middle step.
It is a completely different leap, but how much build was it for?
Actually, do you know what exactly it's like? It's like when I missed the bottom step of your house and just fell right on my ass.
Having a tumble.
Having a little Mr. Tumble. And yeah, thank you for watching. We'll see you in the next one. Leave your comments down below. Like, subscribe, and we'll see.
What do you think about the move? All that stuff.
All that
The
jazz.
return. Is the funeral going to be a big deal, etc., etc.? What do you think we need to know right now?
Please. Thank you.